Hello everyone, welcome to Bitcoin Merchant. Today in this tutorial video, I will be going over your store settings. Again, this will cover most of the features here, but other videos will become available to showcase implementations or examples of how they are utilized in more detail. So just below on our dashboard tab on the left side, we see our settings. So this will be for your entire store settings here. We'll click on that, and once we do, we'll see the entire left side drop down menu for the store settings and everything underneath it. This is different from the root store settings, and you do need to click on this to actually see this appear on the left side. Here we can modify our store name and use the store website field to help track and manage a particular company or business website you may have in relation to your store. There's also some aesthetic options here with choosing the color of your UI if you like, and you can also upload your own company logo, which will replace the logo in the top left-hand corner here. Additionally, there's a custom CSS file field, and this is just for custom styling, spacing, display of your store without changing the underlying code. Here you have your default currency, which will be used as a baseline for information displayed on invoices, reports, refunds, terminals, and pricing on your checkouts. You can choose your currency here if you wish. There's many to choose from. Referencing this below, you can add additional rates to track and just use a comma, no space to list that tracking. Okay, so right below we have add additional network feed to invoices. So we have a drop-down menu with three options here. Only if the customer makes more than one payment for the invoice. So this would be used if a customer partially paid an invoice and they go to make a second transaction, then this would charge the network fee for that second transaction to settle the invoice. Or again, on every one payment or multiple payments after. Then you could additionally do every payment, or you can never add the network fee. So again, I'll go into more detail down below why this is all relevant. So here we have invoice expires and the full amount has not been paid for after whatever amount of minutes you want to set here. This tool is designed so that volatility gaming is not abused when purchasing your goods and services, especially for online sales where someone could indefinitely stay in your checkouts page or store cart and arbitrage your prices. Then here, so consider the invoice paid even if the amount is blank percent less than expected. So for example, in a situation where a customer uses an exchange wallet to pay directly for the invoice, the exchange takes a small amount for its fee, also known as a gas fee. This could mean that such invoices are not considered fully completed when they go to pay for it. The invoice gets status partially paid. If you want to accept underpaid invoices by a certain percent, you can set that here. For the next field here, minimum acceptable expiration time for Bolt 11 refunds. Again, just a minimum acceptable time for an expiry. This does not set the expiry for a refund. This is here as a guardrail for transactions, so refunds have the proper amount of time to route to a customer's wallet or whenever they decide to redeem it as well. The 30 days is the default recommendation. As of the current standing of this tutorial, some of these automated features are not provided, as the legal and regulatory liability of enabling hot wallets is outside the scope of this service. Invoices can be set to expire if they appear on the network unconfirmed for an extended period of time. You can do so here in minutes. Again, this feature is to prevent volatility gaming, whether this is done maliciously or not. Below, you can set the minimum number of confirmations you want on a network transaction before you consider the invoice paid. Again, this is in regards to on-chain transactions and not particularly Liquid or Lightning, as they are near instant settlements. For on-chain transactions, setting the confirmations will be dependent on the nature and pricing of your goods and services. Typically, in the drop-down menu, you can see here 6 would be conservative, 2 would be in between, depending on the value, probably a medium value there, and 1 for smaller transactions. But again, for smaller transactions, Lightning and Liquid are your best bets. Here, you can set the option if you want to allow the outside world to create invoices in your store. This option is only useful if you're using the payment button or if you're issuing invoices via an API or a third-party HTML website. The point of the sale app is pre-authorized and it doesn't need this enabled for a random visitor to open your POS store and create an invoice. If in doubt, don't enable it, as it can always be enabled if you need it later. When you enable the Show Recommended Fee toggle, the server will display a suggested network fee only for Bitcoin on-chain payments, not Lightning or Liquid or any other sidechain. The service does not support Litecoin, so that can be safely ignored. The last field in relation to this toggle will be your recommended fee confirmation target blocks. So what this does in practice is gets a fee estimate that targets confirmation within a certain number of blocks you set in this field, whether that's 1, 3, or 6. If you set it to 1, the recommended fee will be higher, aims for a very fast confirmation, often within 10 minutes being that average on chain. If you want cheaper fees and time is less of a factor in transactions, you can set this higher. This is not a factor when settling in Liquid or Lightning invoices. At the bottom, you can archive the store for later or delete the store as you desire. If you do not export your data, it will not be saved if you delete your stores. So please keep that in mind. Please export your data. If you delete all your stores, it will take you to the default store creation page that you would access here. That's it for this tutorial, and this will complete the first part of the store settings. For the drop-down menu in the settings, we will have separate videos covering them. That's it for here. Thank you for watching, and keep stacking sats.